Hi, welcome to Find Your Film. Today we are going to be learning how to load 35mm film into a typical film camera. I have my Minolta XGM with me today, and I'm going to be showing you how to load film into this to get ready to shoot. So here we go. Okay, so the first step, as you probably guessed, you'll want to get your film. It's really important to keep your film in cold temperatures as it preserves it better. So I keep mine in this little fridge. I would recommend you do the same whenever you buy film. Just keep it in the fridge. And yeah, so grab your film. I'm gonna be using Portra 800, which I'm pretty excited to try out. So yeah. Now that we have our film, what we're gonna wanna do is get our camera ready. I like to take off the lens with my camera. You can do it with this little button right here. Yours might be different, but you can just press that button, turn it, and it comes right off. This just kind of prevents any sort of damage coming to your lens or anything like that. And I feel more comfortable lying it down on its face. You're gonna wanna just check that there is not a roll already in the back. If there is a roll that you forgot about or that you didn't think was there, and you open up the back without checking, it will ruin all the exposures on the roll and you will end up getting a blank roll, which would suck. So how you check is you can press this button right on the bottom. It's a tiny little button. And then you can lift up on the top and spin it the way that the arrow is going. If there's some resistance and you can feel something sliding in there, then there might be a roll in there. If it's super free, like mine is, and easy to turn, there probably isn't a roll. Next, what you're gonna wanna do is check what ISO your film has. So I'm using Portra 800. Now, your camera might be a little bit different, but at least for mine and most cameras will have a little ISO dial right here. You want to make sure that you either remember that number before you put it in, or you can just change the dial on it before you put it in. But this number right here, the ISO dial, should match the number on your film, so it shoots the right ISO on the shots that you take. So I already have it set to 800 because I'm going to be shooting Portra 800. And if you're not sure how to open that in your specific camera, I would recommend Google your camera's brand and put owner's manual at the end of Google, and it'll pull up a PDF of the owner's manual and show you how to adjust that dial. For mine, I just have to kind of pull the dial up and then I can twist it around. Yours might be the same, but it also might be different. So now that we've checked the camera to make sure it's empty, and we've set the ISO, we are ready to open up the back of the camera. So what you do is you take this little knob that has the arrow and you can pull it up until it pops open. And then you'll hear the little pop like that and it'll open up just like that. It does look pretty daunting once you open it. There's a lot of pieces to it. It can kind of be a little confusing. Again, I would recommend looking up your camera's owner's manual on Google just to see if there's any special requirements or anything like that for your specific camera, but every 35mm is pretty much the same. Next, you're gonna wanna take your film, have it face down like that. The little knob right there is gonna be pointing down, and you're just gonna wanna feed it through into your camera. And then once it's in, you can push this down, and those have little teeth that will hold it in place. And then what I like to do is bend my film a little bit. It just makes it easier to grab, so you can just put a little bend in it like that. And then you just pull it across. You'll notice that there's little holes at the bottom of the film. That's for the teeth on these gears. You essentially are gonna have it feed through those teeth, and then when you roll the camera, it's gonna pull it over with that. There's gonna be a little white thing in this gear and you'll just want to shove your film into that white thing, and that'll make it grab onto the teeth. And then you can just kind of pull it through. And as you can see, those little teeth are holding it and helping it go through. And then there are a couple blank rows at the beginning of the camera, so you don't have to worry about it ruining any of your exposures. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Once it's clipped on, you can close the back. Then you can wind it up, which pushes it through, and then shoot the exposure, wind it up again, shoot the exposure. And then I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little dial right here, and it goes from S, and when I wind it there, it's at 1. And when it's at 1, that means it's on the first frame. So you just wind it and shoot it until you're on the first frame. And then all you have to do is just put the lens right back on, and you are ready to shoot 35mm. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that helped. If you have any questions, go ahead and leave a comment below. Check out our website, findyourfilm.org. We have some awesome blog posts there. We're going to be sharing different tips and tricks on how to get into film photography. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe, and you can leave your email into our blog to get exclusive content as well as merch.